Today, they're driving it to him.
The new vehicle.
Vehicle's been purchased. It's done. They're driving it to him, which is a service.
It's like a reverse valet.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. They're taking the trade-in and driving it back. They're 3 hours away. They're working around his schedule so they get there before his class begins. All he has to do is meet the guy and take the sticker for his parking space off one car and put it on the other car. But his mother and I are so nervous about that.
Are you confident he can pull off the switcheroo?
Not at all. Not at all.
I think he, along with a few friends, will greet. I'd love to be the guy bringing the car.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're going to show up to a bunch of teenagers doing what's popular now. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. And they're just going to be dancing around. Now, I, as a betting man, and I'll take a bet.
Yeah.
0 chance that parking sticker gets moved from one to the other.
No way. So the first thing that'll happen to this new 4Runner is it'll be towed.
Yeah.
Right. From where he normally parks
Correct.
it.
Yeah.
Because it has to have that sticker on it or they'll tow it.
Yeah.
And then...
Does it hang from the mirror or is it an actual decal?
It's a decal.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's no chance.
So his mother,
chance.
said, if you can't get that sticker off, you're going to have to find the manager of the parking lot. And she said, work on that today. She was saying that. So, we went over it and over it. And you got to clean out that car. You got to clean out the car you have now. And he's like, oh, I don't know. And he said, I'm going back to sleep. This was at 5 o'clock yesterday.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
You need to find out who's delivering the car today.
Oh, yeah.
And because I have a feeling, if possible, you need to Venmo this person like $50 and say, hey, man, or woman, help my son clean out this car.
Yeah.
Trade out the sticker. I will pay you.
Get the sticker.
You're going to save me money by helping me now.
Correct.
Yeah. So I need you to wait an extra 30 minutes so he can get everything out of the car because he will not have done it.
Now, the problem is a lot of times the people that do these car services are like retarees.
This guy is.
Yeah, see, my grandfather did it. He retired and did it for another 15 years.
Yes.
Delivering cars to people from the local motor company.
What a dream job.
Great.
Just driving.
Great. Just drive around.
Oh, yeah. He and his buddies, they'd all just, okay, we got to take this Buick over here to Marshtown.
Exactly.
And they'd just take it over, ride back.
Yep.
So that's what it is, yeah.
So he's got it. And the last thing my wife said was, we've done all we can do. This is now on him. And I said, oh.
He's on the dark side of the moon.
He's on the dark side of the moon.
We've lost radio contact at this point.
This is it. It's all now. We've got him right to the 1 yard line. He's just got to get the ball across the goal line. That's the last thing he has to do. But
and I bet this man delivering the car will say, do you need anything out of your car? No, I don't.
Nope.
Did you check the glove compartment?
Right.
The what?
I just saw. Didn't you say? This is a couple of weeks ago. Chris Demm said he put the strangest thing in his glove compartment.
Yes.
Gloves.
That's right.
Gloves are actually in his glove
I've
compartment.
been warm all winter.
Today I saw a mechanic put out a list of things you should keep in your glove compartment, and gloves was not on the list.
Well, of course they're not.
Number one? You know what number one is? What do you think it is? The number one thing.
Well, apart from the usual, like your registration, insurance,
right,
and all
well,
that stuff.
That was on there. That was like 2 and 3. Vehicle manual, proof of insurance and registration. That's 2 and 3. But this one, you don't have to have in the car.
I keep all my records of what I've had done to the car in there.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, all the service records.
Yeah,
That goes
service
along with
records,
it.
yeah.
All of that is 2 and 3. Manual, proof of insurance, registration, service records are right there.
Pistol?
Pistol is not there. I like that. Yeah. What do you think is the number one thing he said you really need on your
Flashlight.
Yep, it's number one. Number one is flashlight.
Reliable flashlight.
I think I have one in there, actually.
And a tire pressure gauge. He said to do those. A mini first aid kit in case you're injured on the road.
Okay.
Don't want to brag. My car comes with one.
Well.
It's in the back.
You should have seen this woman yesterday because I had driven this new Toyota 4Runner for 24 hours and left my 1998 Acura behind. And she moved it into the garage. We had such heavy rains yesterday. She moved it into their garage, and she said, I'd never been in a car like that before. She was born in 1998. And she said, I'd never been in something like that before. She said, the window, you had to physically
move it.
I wasn't sure what that thing was. It's the crank to roll down the window, which has been come under the microscope.
Oh, and
here
it doesn't lock. And that doesn't work.
No.
And there's glue spilled all over the dash.
Yep.
She was surprised. She said, "Are you interested in a possible?" I said, "Oh,
I am not.
No, I am not. This baby right here has been through a
We're
lot."
not supposed to ask, but do you live in this? I won't say. I won't tell the
I'm
police.
not going to tell.
It's not going to change the deal, but
My mother's church looks out for people like you.
Exactly.
even Chris Demm's car is prepared.
How about that? It comes with one.
Comes with the first aid
With the
kit.
first aid kit.
And you should have seen us yesterday. Chris Demm and I left about the same time. I just walked out into this heavy pouring rain, no jacket.
Yeah.
Just T-shirt, just wet. And I got in my car and I was mad at myself. I'm like, well, I'm a disaster. I'm wet.
I know.
And Chris Demm took like 2 minutes to prepare. Comes out, rain jacket, fully covered.
Hood.
Yeah. Dry.
It's always the same, isn't it?
Yeah.
Same thing. Yesterday I walked out, I was like, oh my God. Like I didn't know the rain was coming.
Yeah.
They said for 2
You
days.
knew for a week.
Oh, we knew. A deluge. That we all knew, and it would be all day.
Yeah.
We all knew it, and yet I didn't have an umbrella.
No.
I didn't have a jacket. I didn't have boots. I had nothing.
Chris Demm was ready. Every time he does something, I look at myself and I'm like, I am not an adult.
I know. I know.
You are just like that kid who just woke up.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Van
I
Halen
can't
t-shirt.
answer. I'm not prepared.
So you have a Van Halen t-shirt on. What's your favorite Van Halen song? I don't know. I just woke up.
That's us. That's us every day. We're
Every day
We have
is
no
just that,
idea
yeah.
what's coming. Today I woke up, it was raining. I was like, oh my God, it's still raining.
Yeah.
How could it still be raining? It rained for 24 hours. Chris Demm said, they told you it was going to rain all this time. You knew it was going to rain. So I was unprepared as well. The other things that the mechanic says you should keep in there, a multi-tool, which includes pliers, screwdrivers, and a small knife.
I've seen those.
I've seen them too.
Yeah.
I don't have it either. Well, obviously, I don't have any. I don't have any of this stuff in there. And here's one for you: spare fuses in case one blows while you're on the road. You can reference your vehicle's manual and replace the fuse if you have them in your glove box.
Not sure I could do that.
Yeah. No, that's why I have AAA.
Yeah.
Boy, but if it's just a fuse, but
Yeah, but that's a simple thing. Oh, it's just a fuse, but I would have no clue what I was doing.
well, it says if you go to the manual, it'll tell you, and if you have the fuses
But
that
they're
are
multiples. I
Yeah.
mean, how do you know which one is blowed?
Yeah, and I'd end up zapping myself.
Yeah. Are the blowed ones, do they look like
don't
blown
know.
out? Sometimes I never seen them. And the fuse, it's inside the car, isn't it? Behind a little panel. Am I right on this? Like down where
I think they used to be
mine is. That's where mine is.
in the 20th century.
I saw a mechanic do that once. I had blowed one, and he said, that's just a fuse. And I saw him take the little panel off. It's down by my knee when I'm driving, and he took it off and put it in. And then I said to my son, I need the VIN number off of the trade-in. And he said, the what? And so instead of that, I said, don't worry about it. I'm going to figure out the VIN number for you. So I called our insurance man who has the VIN number on the old vehicle. Yeah, that's he has done nothing for this.
The snow plows are out in force on this car.
That's right. This is, oh my God. Snowplow parenting to the nth degree on this car.
In fact, you're literally like laying new asphalt.
Oh God, yeah. This is
you're not clearing the road. You're making the road.
No.
He has no idea all the work that's gone into this.
His sole job is to celebrate this.
That's it. And it's like, why are we rewarding him like that? Because he just wants it, But he is a good kid. He did get good grades the first. That's what I was telling myself yesterday, Biggie, as you referenced. I was like, well, he did get good grades.
Yeah.
He's a good kid. He's a good kid. He's done well, so far. Now, my other kid, this is how this all started.
Oh, yeah.
How many celebrities have you interviewed? So I said, are you familiar with Nick Fleetwood? No. Are you familiar? And I went through all these B-list celebrities, and she said, could you interview Jacob Elordi? And I said, I don't know who that is. And she said, he's the hottest actor going right now. And I said, I don't think so, sweetheart. I know pop culture. And this guy, well, of course, I Googled him, and he is indeed the hottest actor going right now. He played Elvis in Priscilla, and he's in a movie called Saltburn. So it came up yesterday, and Chris Demm said, yeah, I've seen Saltburn, which, is it nominated for these Golden Globes? It's not.
No.
Okay. But when I Googled him, first thing that popped up was Priscilla and then Saltburn. And so Chris Demm said, well, if you watch Saltburn, you're never going to forget it because there's 3 or 4 scenes in there that you are just going to, you'll never see anything like it before on the screen.
I don't, you can't give too much away, but it is glorious garbage.
Yeah.
And, it's become a thing on the internet where people are now tricking family members into watching it, saying it's a romantic comedy or it's like The Crown.
Yes.
Or what's it? Downton Abbey. Because, it's set in this beautiful English manner.
And they're tricking their family members into watching.
And then they're recording their reactions during these pivotal scenes.
Yep. So, Biggie last night...
He took the bait.
And said he had watched at least a part of Saltburn, and he texted us and said, oh my God, I just saw the bathtub scene.
That's the one.
He had to pause it after, apparently. And y'all said I couldn't handle. Now, Biggie, could I handle this?
No. And I'll tell you that there's a few bad scenes in this.
You're right.
And I stand with Chris Demm. I don't even know if this was a good movie.
I know.
Or if I liked it.
Yeah.
Decent little twist.
Yeah.
But it is just, I don't even know why this needed to be made.
Oh, really? It's that disgusting.
The scenes in there are so disgusting. They're doing it just to be disgusting.
It's like that movie that everybody threw up in last year that you went and saw. The horror movie.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Just to make this. The bathtub scene is one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. But then you kept going, and your second text was even funnier.
Yeah. So the first text, Biggie said, I just saw the bathtub scene. I can't believe I'm watching this. And then he says, I just saw the second scene. Disgusting. This movie is the work of the devil. I can't watch this. But you did watch the whole thing. You watched it.
Oh, yeah, I watched
all
it.
the way through.
Yeah. And there's another scene in there that to see, let me put it this way, to see, the talk was all that what's Barry Coogan, the main lead, his giant penis.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That it's,
That's all Coogan.
It's not till the very end either, so you got to really wait for it.
Yeah, and it's not prosthetic.
No. And it's decent.
100% Coogan.
I was expecting a little more.
Well, you're the first person to say that. Everybody else, like they were interviewing him.
It's impressive, but I was expecting something.
Well, you'd built it up.
Exactly. I was thinking Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It's not that type of scene.
Yeah.
But Boogie Nights is when Mark Wahlberg revealed it at the end. And they had talked about it the entire movie. It's so huge. He's a porn star. Mm-hmm. Of course, you never see it, but then at the end, he reveals
He's standing in front of a mirror.
And it's, just ungodly.
Yeah.
And they said that was a prosthetic. But this is 100% Coogan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So good for him. Yeah. Good for him. But there's scenes in the movie that just don't need to be there. Yeah. And I was thoroughly disgusted.
Yeah.
But 3 scenes thoroughly disgusted me.
Bathtub.
Under the moonlight. Let's see. There's Graveside.
Okay. Well, boom. Bam, bam, bam. Mm-hmm. Boy, you all
The Graveside is maybe the most unnecessary scene in a movie ever. And the fact that I'm
so intrigued
I've lost a little respect for Barry Coogan.
Even though he has that giant schlong.
Yeah, because I think, especially the Graveside scene, totally unneeded. Yeah. And I don't see any artistic reason to do that. Yeah. Like when he read this, he should have been like, guys, I'm just going to say this is,
Has anyone seen page 25?
Yeah.
Is this a joke? Am I the only one who has this in the script?
I feel like I'm going to watch this movie now.
I do too.
Yeah. I'm going to have to see it.
But you cannot watch with your daughter. You cannot watch with your wife.
Well, you see it goes bathtub scene, and you're like, oh. Then Under the Moonlight, you're really like, oh, geez.
Yeah.
But at Graveside, you're just sitting there going,
too much.
This is too much. Like, and who filmed that? Like, even the cameraman should have been like, I got a problem with this.
Do you think there's ever been a guy like Coogan, who I don't even know, another actor, I don't know, Barry Coogan apparently is his name, who's blessed in the genitals department, does this nude scene, I guess, fully nude. And everybody's talking about, my God, you're really blessed here. And do you ever think there's been a guy, an actor, who's looked at a script, seen a scene like that, knowing he's either regular or small, and says, "Oh, I'm not doing that scene artistically. It's not necessary."
Yeah,
I bet so too.
I would
give it up a role. I'd give up a role like that.
Well, if you're of a certain age, male genitalia on the screen just did not happen.
Never.
It was the rarest of the rare because Kelly and I, and Biggie to some extent too, we're all old enough to remember the era of gratuitous TNA.
for women.
Women were naked
all the
from
time.
the time men held cameras up to their eyeballs.
Yeah, but guys never.
You would never see a guy.
When the first time I did, I was like, why is that?
Yeah.
What are they, what are they doing?
Still shocks me.
Me too.
If I see a woman's boobs in a movie, I don't think twice.
Guy?
But a guy, you're like, whoa, what am I watching?
But now it's 100% flipped. If you watch, you know how they do when a movie will come on, it'll say brief nudity or nudity.
It's guys.
It's guys.
It's guys now. It's
not going to be TNA.
Like that guy in he's really famous, Jason something, who's in Siegel, who's in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. He's naked the first 5 minutes of the movie, and you're just like, what are you doing? You know, I mean,
that's all Jason.
He really put it out there. I mean, he really put it out there.
But nobody else is naked in the movie.
No. And I could never show my face again. If I did that, I'm like, what? I'm not doing that.
But he's a star.
He is. He's an absolute star. Remember when, what's her name? Paris Hilton did that sex tape. You said she looked like a meerkat.
Well, because they had the night vision.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. We had a coworker who was only here briefly. His name was John. I remember distinctly he had seen it, and he's like, let me tell you something. Guy's got a hog.
That's his legacy.
Yeah.
He was here 3 months.
Yeah, really. I was going to say 6 months back.